So the inevitable had to happen. At the Gabba, when India came out, they have batted for just about 2.1 overs, but then bad light and now the rain. It now seems much more imminent at this point in time that perhaps this test match is headed for a draw. Anyways, practically when you look at it, too much time had already been lost in this third test match to ensure that you would get a result. Because look at it, day one, only 13.2 overs were bowled. Day four, you saw so many stoppages due to rain, and now this particular session. Day five, you've seen the first session almost entirely washed out. Now, in this final session, final, if you look at it, now you'll take an early tea is scheduled for 10:30. You're not coming back out anytime soon. You'll take an early tea, but looking at those band of clouds that were encircling the Gabba and looking at the weather forecast towards the late evening time, you can safely now say that this test match is headed for a draw for one simple reason. The Indian batting order, when you look at it, KL Rahul and Yashasvi Jaiswal came out, so the intent was play safely. And already there is some movement on this deck, and that is why it was very, very difficult to ensure that with the new ball you play and ensure you get to 275. There's too much movement, too much of interruptions, too much of time lost. And looking at it, yes, confirmed, tea has been taken. So tea has been taken now, but already when you look at it, the light is not improving anytime soon. On top of that, now you've got rain also. The ground staff here know when there is going to be a band of rain. Kevin Mitchell Jr. has always been spot on when you have to look at it. His dad also was an expert groundsman, Kevin Mitchell, and that is why the Gabba is well equipped to ensure that yes, you are totally ready to play. Now, even if there is rain, the Gabba will be ready in 20-25 minutes because the sand-based outfield and the drainage systems ensured that you can get play when the rain stops totally. But there is too much time lost, and that is why this, you're looking at it, 1 hour, even if you lose one more hour, it is not enough for you to force a result. So what are the playing conditions then accordingly? 15 overs remaining or 1 hour before the close of play. 1:20 p.m. IST is the close of play, which is 5:50 local. You can't extend beyond that unless they are very close to a result. 15 overs remaining or 1 hour. That is the time when you can say that, okay, let's call it off. However, if the rain continues now for another 1 hour or even 1.5 hours, then I think they will call it off by 12:20 itself because there is not enough time to enforce a result. The captains will shake hands and then you will see the conclusion of what has been a very damp, disappointing test match in more ways than one, because looking at it, this match would have decided when it will happen. Maybe they can take it by 10:40. No, not by 10:40. You will wait until the very last moment for anything. Supposing if the rain clears off by 11 and if the ground staff are ready in half an hour, you can still get 1.5 hours of play. So they will take every possible step and ensure that yes, you will get play whenever it is possible. But looking at the current situation at the Gabba, looks highly unlikely you're going to get any further play. It'll be a miracle if the teams can come out and play at this stage, because it is not going to be easy. One session, 270 runs aren't possible, so why take it till there? I mean, look, there are certain playing protocols that the umpires and the match officials will have to follow. The playing protocols dictate 1 hour or 15 minutes, 15 overs, 1 hour or 15 overs. This is the only protocol that is there. You cannot take it much before that. So the umpires will have to wait. Now, we all buyers are bound by certain guidelines. They have to follow those guidelines. If suppose at 11 they call it off, but it clears up later, then you'll say, oh, you called the game off in haste. They want to avoid all that. And that is why this is a big, big situation that we have got at this stage. Now, thanks to Pat Cummins that he set up the excitement because he was going for quick runs and ensured that, okay, a declaration was imminent. But you saw when you were trying to go for quick runs on this particular wicket, what happened? Australia lost 7 wickets. So that's why tea has been taken now, and in the next 20 minutes, you're anyway not going to get any kind of decisions. Now, if it rains for 1.5 hours, game over. I don't see them coming back at that stage. A draw will be agreed upon very, very soon. So let's see. It is going to be a damp end to this test match. A draw 99% at this stage, 95 to 99% seems imminent at this stage. What do you think of the Aussie declaration? Shailesh Srinivas is saying clearly seem like they want to have a jive at India with overcast conditions, a new wall. Absolutely. Credit to Pat for ensuring that yes, a brave declaration would be made and a match would be at least made out of this. You had something to be excited about on day 5, but that has not happened because of the rain. Will there be overrate problems for India even if match draws? Daniel M says yes. You could potentially stare at an overrate points deduction because both teams have not been good with their overrates at this stage. So is Australia going to get another deduction? Is India going to get another deduction? It all remains to be seen now. But then imagine one test match in Manchester ensured that two particular teams suffered the maximum points cut penalty. Imagine the irony of this entire situation that is there. Even England, when you look at it, they won the ICC World Cup due to the rules, but now they're themselves questioning the rules. That's typical England at this stage, at this point. GGK is watching some other match in some other parallel universe at this point in time. And I don't know why is he watching that parallel match at this particular point in time. And I guess he's watching the highlights of that particular game. Krish Raj, is Australia crumbling? No way. They are not crumbling. In fact, Australia are the one who have set this match up. And I don't know why people are painting this thing that, oh, India have staged a great escape. The rain rescued them. India didn't rescue themselves. The rain rescued them at this phase. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what parallel match is GGK watching at this stage. Which universe is he in? I really don't know at this stage. So, it is a bad situation at least. Sportsman, it was going one-sided till yesterday. Didn't knew this match would get this match would get this much exciting. Yeah, you have to thank Pat Cummins for that. But rain is going to ensure it doesn't happen. So, yeah, 89 for 2 for, if you look at it, 8 for no loss, 2.1 overs, and it's not looking good. As far as the weather is concerned, it's looking like you're going to lose more overs because after the revised playing time, what chances, Kumar Karthike is asking me, what are the chances of a match restart? Looks highly unlikely. And if there is rain for 1 hour, I don't think it has happened. Who will have the psychological advantage of Sagnik Datta saying? I don't know. That's a tough question. Who has the psychological advantage? I really don't know. Suri, Pat Cummins, amazing man on the field and off it. While 99% of cricketers are deeply elitist and insensitive, Pat has donated to various causes like healthcare reform and saving rainforests. Well, Pat Cummins, he's Clark Kent in this modern era when you looked at it. Do you think Oz were declared at 0-0? They had nearly 300-run lead. No, Daniel M. I think they could have batted quickly for 5-10 overs, gotten to 60-70 and then declared. I don't think 0-0. I think that 0-0 declaration, I don't think is valid now ever since the Centurion fiasco in 2000. I don't think that will happen. How many overs are we looking at from here? Well, if it is an hour's delay and it takes another 30 minutes more for the pitch to get ready, so assume best case scenario, 11:30 restart. You're looking at 35 overs. 35 overs. I would assume that's my best case scenario. 35 to 30 overs, anywhere in that range. So that is the way when you're Kunjal, and there is no rain yet. My way is just cloudy and they took tea, but bad light. And there is rain forecast. It was a drizzle. It was a slight drizzle that was happening, and the heavier rain could come 1 hour later. So who knows how it's going to happen. 4 out of 5 of top Aussies batsmen in serious poor form. Saurabh Kumar. Yeah, they are in poor form. And it was seen even today as well. So, yep, rain saves India and some players' career. Yeah, it has for the moment, but I think the careers will only be decided in the New Year's period, Jan 8th onwards. What's the status then? So, looking at it, would Stark and Cummins bowl full tilt given there is no Hazelwood? It's tough because see, you have to preserve them for Melbourne and Sydney, and the turnaround time for both Melbourne and Sydney isn't that great. 26th to 30th, then 3rd to 7th. Although the weather in Melbourne, let me tell you right now itself, the weather in Melbourne, barring day one, every other day is simply fantastic. No rain except day one. So in that sense, or Nakash Abbasi saying Australia win the series 2-1. I'll do a special WTC scenarios in that case if Australia win 2-1. But looking at the batting unit of both, and the bigger covers are coming out now at the Gabba, and yes, it is not looking good. The rain will start, and this band of rain is expected to stay there for a long, long time indeed. So, not a good situation. We will update you what is the current situation at the Gabba once we get it. But I think we will be joining you directly for the post match. I think that is a share it 35 overs left. I think India should not go for the new ball doing what it does. We should ideally aim to play out the time. Yeah. You're not going for this. You're not going for the win at this stage with reduced overs, with a bigger target, with the new ball, and with the conditions. Sorry, I don't think you should go for it. And that's the way we are looking at it. Sir, Shardul Sahasrabuddhe. If India go for a win, they should take in count that they don't lose from this situation. But Shardul, they are not going for the win. It is foolhardy to go for the win considering the current situation. The match at this point, you're anyway looking at reduced number of overs also. So from 30 to 52, it can mean 32 overs because you're losing minimum an hour. So that's why you're not going for the win. You're probably going to see play being called off by 12:20. If it doesn't improve by even 11:30, they could call it earlier also. So let's see how that goes out. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this update. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis. And don't forget, we're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Bye-bye.